I am a person with a lot of identities, and I'll share them with you. It's a lot. Okay, we'll get through it. So okay, I am a mixed race Latinx gender non-binary queer pansexual person, and thank you. Not that I'm like cruising the crowd, but just FYI. Which is a lot. I know it's a lot. I'm always like, am I sweating all the time because I'm fat, or I just have like so many identities pressing it down upon me at all times? Like, I don't know if I'm claustrophobic because my brother locked me in a closet when I was 6, or because I'm like representing so many marginalized groups at one moment. Like, I don't know. It's probably the closet though. That didn't help. But it's hard. It's hard. I have very liberal, progressive parents, which I'm lucky for, and I should be more appreciative of. It's hard, though, when you're the thing that makes them progressive. It's like a lot of work. It's a lot of pressure. Not for both of them. Like, so my mom is white. She was born that way. It's not her fault. She's a white person. And she's a very liberal white person. She's like a real great ally, which she reminds me of a lot, because that's what they do. They like to pat themselves on the back often. And she's real good at it. My dad is immigrant from Mexico. He didn't fill out whatever paperwork you need to be here, but he's doing great. What, are someone here a narc? Should I worry about that? He's fine. He's doing great. But my mom is she's one. Okay, so my mom is one of those people. So she's one of those white people that always thought her whole life that she was like over at least a quarter American Indian. And if there are white people here tonight, and don't pretend like you aren't that person or you haven't met that person. There's a lot of you, and that's fine, but probably don't do what my mom did, which is get cocky and do that online DNA test, okay? Because your blood is about to call your bluff. That's what's about to happen. And that's exactly what happened. She got that back in the mail and was like, you are 100% white. And she was real sad, which is, shock to her. She looks real white. Not shock to me and my dad, but like shock to her. But the best part was like, Mom, can you probably take the dream catcher out of the car now? Because it's been real embarrassing for a long time. When you're driving alone, like people are judging you, rightfully. But no, she's great. I love my mom. My parents handle me in very different ways. My dad's as liberal as a 75-year-old straight cis machismo Mexican man can be. Like he is. But my parents are like people who are real into activism, but like don't recycle. Like they think that's like a government conspiracy. But they aren't all lives matter people, so that's good. But they probably should compost. They live in Olympia. They do that there. But my mom is like my mom's pretty intense. She's always like wanted me to be gayer than I am, like just my whole life. When I was a little kid, she'd always say to me like, Elle, if there's anything you want to talk about, I'm an open book. And I was just like, what? What is happening? And then I remember one time I was watching She-Ra when I was a kid. I don't know, it's a deep cut. It's a cartoon. Anyway, I was watching She-Ra, and my mom came up to me and she's like, oh, you're watching She-Ra? I thought you liked He-Man. Like, oh, well, I also like She-Ra. What do you like about She-Ra, Elle? Like, oh, I like that she's a girl with a sword. Do you like girls with swords, Elle? Like, what? What are we talking about right now? And obviously, as an adult, the answer is yes. Like, I get it now. She was ahead of her time. My mom's great. But, like, she's real intense. Like, I'll give you a good example. So, like, about a year ago, I was dating a person that was gender non-binary and trans, and my mom was just, like, shitting herself. Like, just so excited. Right? Just so happy. And so when we were hanging out one day, and she was like, I want to see a picture of this person. That I kept showing me a picture. So I show her a picture on my phone, and she goes, oh, they're not And I was like, yeah. And she was like, we are so proud of you right now. And I'm like, okay. And then she goes, don't get offended. What is their ethnic background? And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh, they're half Filipino and half black. And then she flips out. This is a real reenactment of her reaction, not exaggerated. L. I have something really important to tell you right now. Do not interrupt me. If you two decide to have babies, no pressure. But if you two decide to have babies, I want you to understand, they will be white, black, Asian, Native American, and Latino. Do you realize that, Alicia? They will be fucking rainbow babies, okay? And you guys won't gender them. They'll be like a whole new race of people we need in the world. And I'm like, Mom, we're in a Starbucks right now. You need to calm the fuck down. This is embarrassing. That's how she is, just extra. You know? Which I'm okay with. I mean, so am I. My dad handles me in a very separate way. My dad is the person that told me when I got my period in 4th grade and my mom wasn't home, I went outside looking for my mom, and my dad's like, what's going on? I'm your dad. Like, you can talk to me. And I'm like, I don't think so. And he's like, no, I'm your father. I can help, because, you know, tell me what's going on. And I'm like, okay, I think I started my period. And he was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a warning sign. There's one, and I got it. And he was like, okay. Well, I gotta finish mowing the yard. So here's what you're gonna do. You go in the house, go in the bathroom, just look at your eyes and your mouth for the next half an hour, see if blood starts coming out of there. Because if that happens, you have Ebola, and I gotta take you to the ER. If that doesn't happen, it's still just coming out of your crotch, then I'll take you to the corner store, we'll get you some Maxi Pads. And then I literally went to the bathroom crying, looking into my eyes for like a half hour. He's outside mowing the lawn like, I'm so good. I'm so funny. Like, fuck that guy. He lives to mock me. That's his thing in life. Like, one time I bought this really dope leather jacket and I wore it home for Christmas, and my dad was like, nice jacket, which is weird for him to say. So I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? He's like, oh, no, I just thought to myself, could Elle look more gay? But you answered the question, don't worry about it. Like, God damn it, Dad! He's the worst. He's the person that goes to my Instagram posts when I'm at shows. I post pictures of shows I'm at, and I'm like, oh, look at this real fun show I did. And then my dad will go on Instagram and go, looks fun. Doesn't seem like a lot of people showed up. He's a real asshole. I love my dad. He burns on me all the time. I hate it. But the thing is, I live to make him laugh because it's very difficult to make him laugh. And so I was really proud of myself because recently one of my white friends was like, hey, do you want to go blackberry picking with me and my boyfriend? And I was like, no. I'm Mexican. I don't do that shit as a hobby. So proud of myself. I call my dad. I'm like, oh, Dad, I burned on Sarah so hard this week. I'm so excited to tell you this joke. I told him the joke, and he goes, oh, yeah, I forgot. That was you out in the fields picking hops at 16. Being fucked with by La Migra. That was you. I forgot. Dad, this isn't about your personal struggle right now. This is about my creative process, okay? He's the worst.